Well, good morning. I thought I'd do this little video. I've been out here at my house doing some some maintenance. That's actually what I've been doing. Yesterday, and I didn't get to show that to you. I forgot to get the video out, but yesterday I did some pressure washing. And let me show you a little device that I got for my pressure washer that's going to save me from getting on a ladder to clean my gutters out. So I bought this off of Amazon, and I'll put a link in the video in the description of the video to show you what I got. But basically what this does is this attaches to the end of your wand for your pressure washer, and it's an extension. Okay, it actually works pretty good. I used it yesterday to clean my gutters from the ground, and it even comes, well, I'm not gonna take it all the way off. It even comes with another extension here, and I think I reached all the way up to the second story of my house. I think you could go up a little higher. The only thing I want to tell you about this is this. It comes with its own spray nozzles, and depending on which one you want to use, I use the white one, which is, I don't know if it's too strong or not, but anyways, what I was going to tell you is when you're holding it like this up above your head, the pressure of it wants to kick it back really hard. Okay, now I just have one of those little green electric pressure washers, which I just absolutely love. I used to use a gas-powered pressure washer all the time, and it's such a pain in the ass dealing with gas and, you know, letting it sit for a long time, having to drain the gas out of it or putting Sta-Bil in it or something like that. There's always some issue with the gas pressure washers, but this electric pressure washer, I love it. Okay, let me show it to you real quick. Okay, this is it right here. It's made by Greenworks, and I'll tell you a little backstory about this. My wife retired from her job about 3 years ago. Right after she retired from her job, she bought this. Didn't even ask me. She just went down and bought it. And I just shook my head on it. Why? Why didn't we buy this before we retired? But anyways, let me tell you something. It works really well, okay? It says it's 2300 PSI. 2.3 maximum CPM. It has a very long electric cord with the GFI protection on it. It has a hose just like this, and this rod right here, let me show you. Well, you can't do it on this. You got to have the yeah. So this rod, this is how this rod works, this extension rod. You take your tip off of your pressure washer just like that, and you put the rod right on the end of the handle, just like this. It just couples, just like a tip would. Okay, let me get it in there. Well, kind of a fail there, wasn't it? There it goes. And that's it. So you still got use of your handle and your trigger with that on there. But as you can see, it's a little bit, you know, it's a little bit flimsy because it's a real thin stainless steel tube, and there's a lot of play in it right there at the bottom. But I just wanted to show that to you because if you're like me and you're older and you don't want to get on the ladder to clean out your gutters, and you can't afford them $9,000 leaf fitter gutter guards, this is the way to go right here. Okay, so some of the things I got to do, I went and bought some paint yesterday. Have y'all bought any paint lately? Holy cow. It cost me $59 a gallon for some exterior paint. And one of the projects I'm working on, well actually there's two, but it's actually one. I need to paint the foundation again on the house. Now I pressure washed it yesterday when I was doing the gutters and what have you. Got that all prepped up. So it's really sunny out this morning, and I'm gonna wait till later this afternoon to do any painting on this, because I don't want the paint drying too quick. And in addition, let me take you out here. I've got some work to do on my garden shed, and that's what I'm going to do today, is get started on the garden shed. So I was out here. I've had this garden shed for probably 20 years. or more. I bought it used. It was in really good shape when I bought it. But let me show you right here some of the things I've got going on. This is what they call T111 siding on this garden shed. And I noticed right here, I'm not too sure what I'm gonna do about that, but it got a little bit of rot going on right there. I may have to replace them boards, and definitely I want to replace the corner boards. I found some PVC type material to use for that. It's a little bit expensive, but if I use that, I'll not have to replace them corner boards again. I think I've already replaced them once since I own this shed. But I've already pressure washed the shed, got it all clean, and what I'm going to do today is I'm going to remove this trim from the garden shed and this back window. It needs to be fixed too. But this, like this right here, this corner is really shot right here. I mean, this is all rotten. I think it's just pine. Okay, it's all rotten up through there. So I'm going to replace all that. I'm going to check the eave boards and see if I need to do anything with those or not. It looks like I might have to replace a few of those, but I don't want the garden shed to fall apart. But I'm going to remove the trim boards today because really, as far as my painting goes, I want to paint the garden shed first before I do my house foundation, because I'm not too sure how much paint I'm going to actually need. So let me go get my ladder and my hammer and my pry bar, and let's see just how hard it's going to be to get this trim off this garden shed. So today I'm just using my 6-foot step ladder. I'm going to have to get up off the ground, even though it's only about 7 feet up there. So I brought that out, and then I also have my hammer and my pry bar, left them over here. And let me tell you something, 2 very important things when you're doing work like this: wear your safety gloves, or wear your gloves and have safety glasses on. Yesterday I was pressure washing, walked around the side of that fence. I just put my hand on that wooden fence and got me a splinter in my hand, and I had to get my wife to help me get it out because the way it was in my hand, I couldn't maneuver the tweezers and my other hand at the same time. So she had to get it out for me, and she did, but I'm not too sure she got it all out because it's still hurting a little bit today. So I'm gonna check it later on after I take a shower. Anyways, I'm gonna start right here in this corner and see how hard it is. I probably won't need the ladder for this. See how hard it is to get these off. Just gonna make note here. Well, not too hard really. So yeah, I spent quite a bit on paint yesterday. I was telling my wife if I have to replace these corners, which I think I'm gonna have to, it's probably gonna cost me about another $130. So altogether, well, the paint, some of the paint will go on the foundation. Okay. But I need to take these corners off before I paint the building. So, because I'm not too sure if the boards I'm gonna buy are the same width, okay? So that's one corner. You can see it didn't take very long for that. There's the remnants of remnants of old wasper nest right there. Okay, so yeah, just gotta come down through here and make sure there's no nails left over. There's a few down here. Don't let them drop on the ground. They just used like a small galvanized box nail. That one's rusted. Make sure you pick these up so you don't run them over with your lawnmower. Yeah, okay. Now, I got some things going on here. I'm gonna put them in my pocket. Let me show you something right here. Let's take this other corner off first. Okay, this is one of them how-to videos, if that's what you want to call it. I want to go ahead and try to get the building painted today. It's supposed to rain 3 or 4 days this week, so I figured if I get it painted, I can always put the trim on. Okay, that's in there pretty good. It's not taking nearly as long as I thought it was going to take. See if I can get my tripod set down where you can actually see me. One of the other things I need to do to this garden shed is widen the door. And the reason why is, and get my ladder situated. The reason why is I bought a new lawnmower and it's just a little bit too wide to go into the doors that I have. Let me see what I can do here. Probably being a little bit dangerous right here. Okay. Yeah, that's not a good position to put that ladder in. Let me turn it around. Okay. Try that. That's a little bit better. It's always good if you have a helper when you're on a ladder. Yes, I'm going to have to modify the door on this garden shed to handle the lawnmower so I can park it there in the wintertime. Right now I got it parked out at the barn. Off the building a little bit on these corners and I'll be ready to go. Okay, let me take you over here. I'm getting ready to paint. I got to get stuff ready. Let me take you over here and show you the paint that I actually purchased to do this job with. Now, like I said in the video, I'm probably going to have about $250. Let's go with the budget here. $250 to repair and paint this shed. And some of that paint actually will go towards the foundation of the house. So we can knock a little bit off the shed repair for that. But here's the paint that I got. This right here is Valspar. Let me see if you can see it right there. Valspar Duramax exterior paint and primer. But when I re-sided the house, I kept a piece of my siding in the basement, so it's not faded or anything. So that way, if I had to buy paint, I could take it down there. They can use their little color scanner thing and match the paint up to what I'm using. So let me get my paint supplies ready and we'll go out here and start painting. Now for this paint job, all I really need is a roller. It doesn't even have to be a good one because I'm painting this shed and outside block wall. And a paintbrush, a can opener, and a stir stick. And that's exactly what I got right down here. So I'm going to use a brand new can of paint. When I open the second can of paint, I'm going to mix it with the other new can of paint so I kind of get the colors blended. But I figured this whole building here should not take a whole gallon of paint, okay? Should not. We'll find out in a little bit. There's the color, looks pretty good to me. They shook it up really good. So what I'm going to do is pour that in the pan. And I'll tell you one thing else I need. I need another cup to like clean that off really good. I need another cup to put my paintbrush in and get paint out of. So let me go do that real quick and get a cup. I believe I'm going to take my gloves off to paint, and my watch. Okay, take off your watch, and when you're doing stuff like this, another good idea is to have you some old work clothes in case you get paint on you. You're not too concerned. This is about the oldest pair of pants that I have right now. So we're gonna set this paint right inside the door out of the sun. So now I got my trim paint bucket and my brush and my roller. And I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I am going to time myself to see how long it takes me to paint this shed. Starting now. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the roller. I've got a little extension handle on here that I can extend if I need to. It's probably going to be enough. Now you don't want to dry roll. You want to get plenty of paint on your roller, especially to start with, because you know you're just getting started. Okay, now you got to remember this paint on this building is how old is it? In 2019, I'm thinking. 7 years old. So there's definitely going to be a color shift because the old paint is somewhat faded. Now this T111 siding, I can see right now that the roller nap is not heavy enough. I'm going to have to take the brush and brush the lines, the little grooves in between. So it's going to take me a little longer to paint this building than I thought. Paint's going on really nice. This is a semi-gloss paint for this. All right, I'm not going to bore you with the rest of it. I'm going to shut the video off now, kind of finish the building, and I'll come back to you when I get done. Well, I'm going to have to take a break here pretty soon because the sun is on the building over here, and I'm going to have to probably finish it this evening. But I will tell you one thing. I like the color. I'm getting I already took one break. Getting a little hot out here today. one of the things, as I get older and I try to bend down, when I stand back up, sometimes I get a little lightheaded. So I have to take my time. But yeah, I think it's going to take more than a gallon to do this shed. So we'll see in just a little bit. I'm going to finish this up right here and take a break, go eat some lunch. Just seeing my wife come home. So if I don't quit, she'll be out here supervising. And you men, some of you know what I mean. Yep, she's there on the patio. Here she comes down the steps. What? Yeah. I'm gonna have to quit for a while because of the sun.
Yeah.
It's on that side of the building already. I'll have to finish it this evening. I'm gonna go to the other side and paint that side foundation wall that's not in the sun.
Have lunch?
No, I'll be in a minute. Well, she didn't have anything bad to say. You got one of these little zippy rollers, they call them, to paint under the eave. This one's got a little foam brush on it. I got several, I got several little rollers for it. I decided to try the foam one. I think it'll be okay. We need rain bad. Been so dry here in Tennessee. So we're going to paint this side of the house right here. Okay, we're moving right along here. I got this side of the house painted. I'm working on the back side right now. The sun is gone past the noon hour and I'm running out of paint. So I got a little bit more to do right here. So look, like I said earlier, the last time this was done was about 7 years ago, and I am going to be 69 this year. Yeah, I don't think I'll be doing this again. If it has to be done again, I'll probably just hire somebody to come do it. I'm not too sure when I get to be 70 if I can do this or not. I can tell that I have slowed down. I mean, there was a time that I could run circles around a 20-year-old, but not anymore. Not anymore. Time has a way of telling us just exactly where we are in life. Something I've learned since I've been retired. Okay, it's time. All kinds of things about time. You got all the time in the world to do things like this. The thing with painting, I like to get it done so I don't have to clean up twice if I don't finish today. So I'll work a little harder at getting it done. The sun is starting to go in now. I can go finish the shed up. Okay, that's it for the walls. I need to go back to the garden shed and finish that up. Let's go have a look at it real quick, see what it looks like. How do you like that color? I like it. It's looking really good. We get the trim boards back up on the corner, paint the eaves. Yeah. So I just got the other side and the back. So I better go do the back first. It's probably the best thing. Okay, I'm beat. I got a little bit of paint left and I got the garden shed all painted. Looks really good. And I got the foundation painted on the far side of the house and the back side of the house. And I probably got about a third of a gallon left. I'm probably going to have to buy another gallon. Just look at this here, looks a lot better back through here. When I moved in here, this used to be white. You see those windows up there? They're wood frame. I need to call somebody about wrapping those or something so I don't have to get up there and paint them on a ladder. So I got this side painted and this side over here. Looks really good, almost matches the siding. The siding's been up here for 12, 15 years. So it's a little bit faded from the sun. So I'll probably have to buy some more paint. What I like to do is paint this area right here where you can see it. It's under the deck. And I also got a little bit on this side of the house where the air conditioner is that I'm probably not going to get to today. I think I'm going to have to have another gallon of paint. But that's okay. Like all that area right there and on that side the air conditioner needs to be painted. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish up here in the back on this back wall, and it's all the trim I took off the building.